Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Melbourne, Australia for the qualifying session of the F1 Rapid Racers Esport League, the fastest 12 minutes of your life today. All the drivers are in their pits, getting ready. Our first full grid of the F1 Rapid Racers season and history. We see Foten, one of the main players, coming out of his pits. Kingslayer also in there. A little controversial incident with Kingslayer earlier, but we are going to follow Foten on his outlap. All the cars pulling out and finding a good time. Going through the little installation laps, seeing if they have the right setup, seeing if they can get the right place to get grip, seeing if they can just have a good spot. If there's anyone who want to cover in these opening laps, just let me know and I will switch to them in the chat. That is the benefit of watching live. Those overtaking practice from Foten and the Renault back there. The tour also of Fez. Fez looking really good after his Bahrain Grand Prix. Looking to improve. Alan T had a disastrous Bahrain Grand Prix after a lap 3 incident with a lagging car. He had to go into the pit and fight back for the entire time. He is looking to improve and go back to defend his title. Alan, the defending F1 Rapid Racers champion. So yeah, guy from Mercedes, and he's staying with Mercedes this season because it's apparently his favorite team. Let's go to Merrick, who led most of, if not all of, the Bahrain Grand Prix round 1. Merrick led the entire race until the penultimate lap where he blew a tire and his lead, giving the win to, I believe it was Monster. And Monster said that he was super surprised to even get the win, and he was actually jumping for joy for it. We got a yellow flag in Sector 1. I believe it's just slow cars coming out of the pits as we are on board with Fez on his flying lap. That's taking a good line through there. A little bit wide. Hits the curb. Navigating this tricky Melbourne track. Melbourne not known for its overtaking opportunities, so this will be a strategy game as we shall look at to see if anyone's using a... No, everyone is currently running on the... Everyone's currently running on the ultra soft tires as Merrick sets the first fastest lap of a 121.354, and people are going to try to fit in behind him. One of the drivers we should see do good is his teammate Formula Danny. Formula Danny is currently 7th in the F1 Esport PC qualifying event, looking to go once again into the F1 Esport League like he did last year. Danny holds a few world records on tracks, and we shall see what kind of time he does right here as he comes onto the straight. And sets a 121.366, putting the Haas 1-2. First and second place. Great job for the Haas boys. The American team looking really proud of their drivers. Onto the McLaren of Kingslayer. Kingslayer having a controversial race with a dive bomb that ended up spinning the German Mafia Ava, as his lap has just been invalidated as he's crossed over a curb. Our qualifying sessions use strict corner cutting rules, like everything else, should be good. So he will be going on to another lap. A driver that was on Haas, but he's been dropped to Force India is Some Idiot. Some Idiot, one of our permanent driver, one of our most consistent racers. He's looking to finish somewhere in the points, but he puts up into 11th place with a 1:22.9. Great time from one of our American drivers. We have two American drivers, Some Idiot and Fluffy Dave. Speaking of Fluffy Dave, he's in the pits. And Slayer is going extremely wide. Don't know what's going on there as Danny sets a new fast lap of 1:21.032. Also, Merrick improved his time just by a little bit, so the Haas team are just running away with it currently, but they are being held back with Foten as he cuts the corner like cutting bread. Obvious. As G3RRX, I'm going to call him Gearix, is stalled in the McLaren pit lane. He's having a bit of waiting issues as he's waiting on Kingslayer to get out of the way and his team to pick him up. He's not happy because he got 5 minutes left to get out and do another run. Assassin is also in the pits, sitting at a 1:21.785. Assassin looking really good. Nikki, our Williams driver, is sitting pretty in 6th position at 1:21.874. A lot of the 1:21 times, but is somebody going to hit that sub 1:21 and go into the 1:20s? We shall see. And that driver, who I think it is, we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. That is Jerry, has actually had a spin. Jerry, one of our newer drivers, driving for Force India. So looking just to have a good race with a bunch of the other better competitors in the F1 Rapid Racers, the Esport League. He's actually going to the pits. It looked like Kingslayer was going on to the soft tires for a bit, but I guess that was just a graphical glitch, as we're going to look at the defending champion, Alan T, as he tries to set his first lap. Actually go on board with him. Seems he's on board for a 1:22, but I believe that was a invalidated lap. I believe he cut the corner at one point. Well, let's look at his driving style. This is an outlap. While Alan T maneuvers this car around, let's take a look at the other field. Fluffy Dave, first race in his Toro Rosso after not being on the race last week. Too bad he won't be joining us for the commentary box. But he is looking really good and wanting to make an impression on the field. Slayer also on his out lap. Hopefully we'll have a better race. Alright, now Alan T is on his hot lap. Let's get this thing going, Alan. Navigates first, second corner beautifully. Running a bit on the curbs. Hopefully that does not affect his lap time. Shifting down the gears. Takes the right-hander, left-hander. Barely hitting the curb. Throwing his car full throttle around that turn. We got a yellow flag in Sector 1. Yellow flag in Sector 1. I believe that is for people just waiting and slowing down in the pits. Alright, we're going to go back to Allen. Throws around that little chicane into the high speeder. No drama whatsoever. A little bit of drama at the end, but he keeps it in there. Coming up on some slower traffic, a little bit of tail flicker. So he comes onto the main straight, way off the track. And Alan T sets a 4th place of a 1:21.308. Not enough for pole position, but he does have another lap or two in him if he wants to continue pushing. Speaking of pushing to get a sub 120, a sub 121 is Formula Danny. Now, at this time, we usually start seeing some competitors just retire straight from the session due to them messing up their flying laps. Hopefully that doesn't happen here, but you will start seeing a lot of yellow flags at this time of people not happy their lap and just stopping. So anyone wondering why the yellow flags, it's because people just retire at this time. We're on board with our current pole sitter of Formula Danny. And we got Foten, his teammate, his Velocity Esport teammate, setting a 1:21.066. Almost there, but not there close enough. Danny looks to be on par to set that 1:20 time. Around the final corner, onto the front straight. Does he improve his time? Yes, he sets the sub 1:21. Formula Danny. Incredible lap from him. Now will Foten have an answer? Ooh, Foten taking a... Nope, Foten has decided enough was enough and he will take 2nd place. Merrick, 1:21.152. He does have the last lap on track. Can he join his teammate in 2nd place or get the 1st place? As Kingslayer has failed to qualify a lap. We'll start from the back. Merrick hoping to get that win. He was robbed from last race with a blown tire on the 2nd to last lap. He is looking forward to making probably the biggest comeback this season that will be kicking him. He's kicking himself for not managing his tires all last race with a lead of 8 seconds, but he said the past is in the past, and if you keep thinking about it, you won't do anything good, and he's just putting that race behind him and trying to go even faster. Around the final corner, onto the straight. Does he get 2nd? Does he get 1st? No, he doesn't. Sits in to 3rd place. So our current runnings are Danny, Foten, Merrick, Garrix, Alan, Nikki, Monster, Assassin, Mr. Hid, Sunny, Fluffy Dave, Jerry, Sellymeister, Tolga, Toastix, Some Idiot, Fez, the Spanish Warhorse Alvaro, German Mafia Ava, and Kingslayer finishing up the grid. As we are waiting for everybody to finish, I believe we're having a little bit of a glitch here, so I believe in a minute we should... There we go. Mr. Hid has retired from the session. Alright. We're on board Tolga, who is out of fuel. Alright, and here are your qualifying results. The only sub 121 I've ever seen in this game, with Danny with Foten following up, completing the 1st row, followed by the Haas of Merrick and the McLaren of Garrix. Mercedes and Williams take up the 3rd row with Alan T and Mickey. Monster and Assassin in the 4th row. The both Saubers putting in the 5th row, and that completes our top 10. As it is race time. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very wet and wild Australian Grand Prix. All 20 drivers of the F1 Rapid Racers Esport Leagues are in their pits right now, struggling with strategy choices as we are in for a wet and wild race. Some idiot, this one's for you, as Fluffy Dave has left the session. Okay, we're on the pit straight. On a formation lap, we should see what people are choosing for. They're all on the intermediates. Now, is there going to be a little higher change or anything? As we are on our formation lap, everyone getting used to this wet and wild track. This is going to be one crazy race. As we are going to just have a little questionnaire with Fluffy Dave. See if he's okay, if anything has happened to his car setup. All the cars struggling for grip on this formation lap. Everyone trying to find the ultimate line, ultimate dry line. Just try to get around the track. Cars to look out for are Kingslayer in the back. He's known for making some crazy starts. Alan T looking to make a good start, but this is going to be one wet and wild race we have in forward to us. So I say you don't want to miss this start. As all the cars are getting lined up. Oh, as Fluffy Dave has joined right at the starting line, so hopefully that doesn't. Oh, he started for the grid. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. 5 red lights. Oh, they flicker. And away they go for the F1 Rapid Racers Round 2 Australian Grand Prix. Danny gets a good start as Nicky jumps on Alan T. A little bit of incident as looks like one of the McLarens goes off to the grass, pushing Alan T off. Huge midfield battle going on. Everyone jostling for positions, trying to be safe. There's a Red Bull contact. There's a bit of front wing going on there. I believe that was Selimaner, who has clipped the back. Oh my god! There was a Sauber that has gone airborne. And I believe that was Mr. Hidd, so we got a 5-second time penalty for Jerry as it looks like Mr. Hidd is alright after that insane crash. Yellow flag is sector 1 as Danny leads out the leading pack. Looks like Toe Sticks may have had an incident and spin in sector 1. On board, Danny leading out Feltman and Merrick. No drama for these guys as Sonny, Selimaner. Got a yellow flag in sector 3. Is that a Mercedes going slow back there? I believe that was Alan T having a bit of an incident. Our new driver, Nicky, trying to navigate and get back on in front of Monster and Alan T as Danny sets the first lap and leads the field. As it looks like Selimaner has dropped to the pits to repair his front wing after that opening incident. So we're looking for a different strategy now. Has a first taste for the wet track, so will he use his time to pace himself slowly or try to push back as fast as he can for a strategic advantage? As everyone out in front is just trying to navigate this wet Australian track. No dive bombs from Fulton right now, but Fulton is known for making good moves when someone makes a mistake. Someone to look forward to is some idiot. Some idiot loves wet and wild races. He just likes the difference of them. No introduction to DRS, so everything will be used for pushing in, as I believe we have somebody in our Discord chat. Hey, Fluffy
Hello.
Dave, how are you doing? Not good.
I lost Steve, and when I rejoined the lobby, the AI of my car just retired and in the pit line. I could only spectate and nothing I can do there, but I wouldn't ask everyone to restart the rest just so I can join. So...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the commentary box for the second race in a row, Fluffy Dave!
God damn it. I mean, I enjoy commentating, but I'd rather be racing there, but
I love racing too, but I'm not on the pace of all of our drivers. As Fulton sets a new fastest lap, as he's trying to tail down Formula Danny, he's almost half a second off. But Fluffy Dave, what are your thoughts on this wet and wild Grand Prix we have going on right here?
I did not know what happened at the start, but looks like Danny has managed to keep his lead intact from Photon. And Merrick, his teammate, is right behind Photon. Looks like Photon is going a battle against two cars here.
Is 0.2 seconds. Is there going to be dive bomb? No, sirree, there is not. You did miss a few incidents at the start. Notable incidents were Silly Meister losing his front wing as I believe he locked up and just tapped the back of somebody else. And there was
I saw a Sauber spun at turn 6. I believe it was Mr. Hid.
Yeah, Mr. Hid spun and actually flipped over, did a complete 180 flip and somehow landed on his wheels or something. I believe that was a lag image that I saw of his car just bouncing up in the midair, but he is still driving that thing, and I want to see his onboard for that, because that incident is pretty interesting. As the Haas's and the Mercedes are pulling away with this race, already 1 entire second ahead of Gearix, as Merrick sets a new fast lap of 138.043. So it looks like Fulton got a bit loose coming out of turn 2 right there, as Danny is pulling away and leaving Fulton up to Merrick to pass. We see Merrick trying a little different line as he's approaching on Fulton, testing out new grippy spots in the track.
Yeah, he's trying to get some clean air there, because we know this year's car is very sensitive with the air. Also probably experimenting with different lines, because obviously we have wet tracks right now. Gonna spice things up. Looks like at the moment we have 3-way battle for the lead with G3RRX lurking behind them.
Gearix.
Gearix? Gearix. Okay. If it makes it easier to pronounce, I'm all for it. So Gearix in front of the defending champion Alan T.
Yeah, Alan making a
who apparently
had a not so good start, but he looks like he made up those positions back, as we see Monster getting a little bit tail happy on exiting that corner. Alan falling 2 positions to Monster and Nikki at the start. I believe he just got loose and went wide, as Fulton sets a new fast lap and see 0.2 seconds behind Formula Dan. We're going to keep our cameras on this battle for the lead between the top 3, between Danny, Fulton, and Merrick for most of the race, because the battle for the front is the battle for the championship. Merrick.
Yeah, looks like Photon is just keeping a tab on Formula Danny, not letting him go and build that gap.
Well, they're also teammates in Velocity Esports, but they're rivals technically in our league.
Yeah, they are in the same stable of Velocity Esports team, but in this case, I don't think they will give each other that much room because they're driving for different teams. Just need to be fighting all out for the
Merrick
win.
has fallen a second behind Photon, so this is a battle between Danny and Photon. All cameras are on Photon for him to make the move.
Remember, this is a wet race, so we do not have DRS assistance to give the car behind a top speed advantage. So Photon gonna have to have this work cut out to get the lead from Danny.
Yeah, this is all driver skill, no assistance from cars, no assistance from drag reduction. Just every driver putting their max heart and soul into this. As looks like the first two cars had a little bit of incident. As Merrick has come back within a second. It looks like he's really quick in Sector 3. As we see Photon hop over the Turn 1 curb, maybe getting a warning for that. As he seems to be falling back as Merrick is closing back in on Photon. Photon looking a little bit loose, but Merrick, a good talking point, led most of the Bahrain Grand Prix, our first race. And he had a tire blow out, actually. Disastrous result for him. He was really heartbroken, but do you think he will try his best to stay on the podium and look after his tires some more after that race?
He certainly wants a better result because he pretty much, it was his race to lose in Bahrain, and that puncture happened right at the end. And looking at the strategy, it looks like people are gonna be trying one stop if they can conserve the tires enough, because in the forecast we have all race raining, and I'm not sure if it's gonna get heavier, but a one stop is certainly a way to go. And for Marek, he's just gonna keep an eye on those tires, make sure he doesn't get in another puncture.
One stop
this
is
race.
what he tried in Bahrain, and that blew him. So I'm just wondering if he will just try. Ooh, a little dive bomb from Marek, getting really close to Photon. He is really quick in Sector 3, Merrick is, but I'm just wondering if Merrick's driving style will be a little less aggressive in the second lap, as Merrick actually sets a new fast lap of a 1:37.657 as Danny is pulling away from Photon almost an entire second, as it looks like Photon is focusing on Merrick and keeping him.
Struggling a little bit, feeling the pressure from Merrick.
Lost cars.
As he cut the gap to half a second.
Now, will there be a little bit of team strategy between Merrick and Formula Danny? Maybe Danny throw up some dirty air for Merrick, or is Danny just going to push like hell and let Merrick overtake him by himself? No team orders, you think?
I don't think there will be team orders, but as the thing stands right
Tolga
now,
has spun.
it's pretty much
We got a yellow
anything can
flag.
happen.
Tolga is in the wall. He's lost an entire front wing. Our Red Bull unlucky 13 for Tolga, as he spins. It looks like on the up to turn 6, he must have ran it wide on that curb and spun into the wall. So he is without a front wing. So that's definitely a pit stop waiting for Tolga.
Unlucky for him. Now, we're not sure what happened, whether he spun by himself or somebody made a contact with him. But it's certainly not gonna help his race.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on him as he brings his limping Red Bull back to the pits. It's really lucky for him, honestly, that he didn't lose a front wheel in that aspect, because he don't want to be the first retiree in this race.
Well, you have your first retiree right here, sitting next to you.
As Nikki gains a 3-second trial penalty from multiple warnings, as Danny has pulled an entire second away from Fulton, as we're going to keep our cameras on Fulton and Merrick right now. But Merrick is also falling a second behind Fulton.
Some idiot just got a 3-second, or was
I
it a
believe
warning?
it was
for
a
cut?
3-second time penalty
Don't
for
wanna
multiple
do
warnings
that
as
too
Selly
much.
Meister is overtaking Tolga as he is in his pit stop.
Gonna be a uphill battle for Tolga
Yes,
here.
it is, but also an uphill battle is Alan T, who is sitting in 5th place, closing in on Gearx. He is closing that gap to that McLaren car. Gearx, one of our newest drivers, I believe his first race with us, as Alan is within half a second, so we're going to keep our eyes on this battle for 4th place. See if the
Huge lockup.
amazing lockup in the wet. I don't know how he held that. But Alan T.
Looks like this duo are falling back from the leading
Yes,
trio. Alan's really gonna want to have a move on Gearx.
Oh,
To
that
catch his
Ferrari
teammate.
of Monster losing traction, almost hitting the inside wall as Alan T had to look on the inside, but he's decided he's going to stay in there and wait for a safer overtaking spot. Melbourne not known for its overtaking maneuvers, so everything is done in the pit lane mostly, and strategy-wise, but you will see a few great drivers try something.
Now that you brought it up, we're gonna see interesting strategy by these top 3. Who's gonna pit first? Who's gonna get the undercut or overcut in this matter? So they're gonna throw the race up in the air.
Pit times, no one knows what they are. The average pit lap deficit.
I believe the delta is around 15 seconds for this track. It's a fairly short pit lane compared
Yes,
to
and
other tracks.
there is no pit lane assist, so we will see a few incidents with drivers speeding in the pit lane trying to inch those seconds off. So if one of these lead drivers,
Probably not spinning, but there's certainly gonna be some driver going too fast because they want to squeeze out as much time as possible, braking as late as possible to
as we
that
see
pit
Alan
lane
looking on
line.
the inside once again on Gearx, looking for that overtake. He is bumper to front wing on this. He's riding his gearbox, almost touching, as it looks like he's going to look for his move right now, coming onto the front straight, staying in that slipstream. Will he have it?
This is going to invite Jimu's Monster, who is just right behind
Alex
Alan.
not take any advice, any attacking maneuvers. It looks like his exit on the final corner was not the best, and may have impeded his speed. But Monster has joined this battle, as we see Fez and Kingslayer both going into pit at lap 10. I don't know if there was an incident between.
Early stop for those guys. They're probably going for the 2 stops.
They've seen the first race and they don't want to even risk having a Merrick incident.
Puncture.
A Merrick incident where
Wait,
the
what?
tire blew out on the last lap. Oh, speaking of Merrick, he's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is not something he wants to see right there. So Merrick is now suffering from a penalty for, I believe, corner cutting. He has fallen 2 seconds back behind Fulton, who has climbed back to his second on Danny. But that is something Merrick does not want to see right there, as some idiot makes a overtake on Sonny. Some idiot making moves in the Force India. It looks like Sonny may have gone wide a bit because he was not near some idiot as we switched to him. So some idiot making an overtake, and he is in the points for Force India. Oh, Sonny has spun. Sonny has spun.
Yeah.
Alvaro and Sonny have made contact.
Alvaro was
and
involved.
Sonny both have made contact.
None of the none of them went into the pit. Looks like they somehow managed to sketch to escape without any damage.
I am on board with Sonny. I do not see any damage on his front wing. I'm looking on board Alvaro. No damage as he is working on toe sticks. What look is that Sonny spun and Alvaro stopped to get that position back, and Sonny gave Alvaro a bit of a tap. Alvaro doing a bit of avoidance maneuvers with the brake pedal, but that gave up the position to toe sticks. I believe none of them went to the pits so they didn't have any damage, or they didn't want to risk receiving a corner cutting penalty for diving into the pits from across the track. A real interesting bit of events from Alvaro and Sonny. I saw that happen from a different camera. As I was spectating some idiot as they were having that little bit of incident. So Alvaro and Sonny having that disastrous thing, but Alvaro looking to come off better as Sonny is struggling for grip back at 13th place as he has fallen 2 seconds behind Alvaro.
Yes, these conditions are treacherous. Sometimes you just have to keep it clean and you could get some good result, just like some idiot here. He started pretty much in the back of the grid and now he's up into the
some
points.
Idiot is doing better. He is moving from I believe he started from 14th position, right?
I did not see, but I did, however, took a screenshot of the qualifying results, so I will
Ava has been overtaken by
verify
Mr. Hid.
in a few moments.
We got a yellow flag in sector 3. Oh, that's Sellimeister! Sellimeister's in the wall at the straight and almost took out Ava and Mr. Hid. Sellimeister running wide and spinning out and hitting the wall. That's a second incident in that Red Bull today.
Disaster for Red Bull in such an eventful race. He lost his front wing, he's gonna have to pit.
Sellimeister limping that Red Bull all around the track. Tolga had it from turn 7, I believe, and onwards, but Sellimeister's got the entire thing as Fez makes it overtake on Kingslayer. That was a clean overtake on the inside as Tosix gets overtaken by Sonny. Nothing happening there. Fez making the overtake on Sellimeister, but it looks like the leaders are entering the lead lap where Sellimeister is. Will Sellimeister have any impact on this lead? On these leaders? Hopefully not. He is getting the blue flags right now.
Not quite yet. Danny is still just at the end of sector 1 and Sellimeister is
Jerry gets
almost
a
at
3-second
sector
time
3,
penalty.
so
Not good for Jerry. As Danny diving on that hairpin. Where is Sellimeister? No sign of him.
did he spin by himself or did somebody crash into him out of the final corner?
Well, I do not see Sellimeister. I saw him, oh, he was just spending time on the inside. Or that is the wrong corner. Yeah, there he is. I see Sellimeister in sector 3. Blue flags are out. Oh, he's ghosted.
He's ghosted, so that shouldn't be
actually
an
retired.
issue for the leaders.
I just saw his ghost card just disappear, so I believe he's retired to the pits, and that is Sellimeister's race over. Tough from Sellimeister as Danny is once again 1 second ahead of who is 2 seconds ahead of Merrick. Merrick, who's 5 seconds ahead of Gearix, who Alante's made an overtake. Gearix is in the pits. We have our first member in the pits today. Oh, no, Sellimeister is in the pit lane. But Gearix, our first leader in the pits. It's a good pit lap time.
This is the time in the rest where you're gonna make
Halfway
your
mark.
stop because we're pretty much at the
Now
middle,
Garrick's going for
halfway
the
mark.
undercut.
Exactly.
Our cameras will be on Garrick's throughout this outlap as everyone's making their pit stops right now. Jerry and Alvaro both in the pits. Sellemeister's in the pits, serving a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It was bound to happen. Tough that it happened to such a nice guy, Sellemeister. Tolga gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As it looks like Alvaro is changing his front wing as Sellemeister has retired from the race.
Yep. There's our confirmation. That's one Red Bull left in the race.
There is. We're going to look.
Let's see if any of the leaders will make their stop. I'm talking about the top 3.
Merrick,
Here they comes into
is
the
Merrick
pit
going to dive
entry.
to the pits? Yes, he is. Merrick has dived into the pits. Our first leader in the opening trio has gone to the pits. Garrix is making up some ground as we're going to keep our camera on Merrick to go to the pits as Monster.
Kingslayer out of the race. He lost his left front wheel. Sorry, correction, right front wheel. Looks like he had a hefty crash. I'm not sure which
I believe
part of the
Sector
track
1,
he's on.
Turn 6 probably.
Sector 1.
He's probably ran up on the curb and crashed out. And that is his race over as Alan T has gone to the pits and Merrick has come out in 6th place. 3 seconds behind Assassin.
Side by side with Garrix. Alan T
Garrix
did
is
it.
fighting back. Garrix is fighting back.
He's now ahead.
But Alan T and Garrix, they both were in. Alan T just came out of the pits actually, and they were side by side. And Garrix is frustrated that he has fallen behind of Alan T, and Alan did the overcut on Garrix. Garrix didn't have the best outlaps in the world, but Alan T is holding Garrix off right there. So incredible strategy from Alan.
Well done by Alan. He kept it clean. Just do his job, keep his head down, and he managed to trounce
Performance
Garrix
from
in
our
that pit
defending
stop
world
phase.
champion. So we're going back to the fight for the lead as Fulton and Formula Danny both stay out on the inters and both staying out on the race. The rain is still there, and it looks like the rain will be here all race, so there won't be any time changes as Monster has entered the pits, ghosting a little bit, but he saves it from speeding in the pit lane. No incidents.
And remember,
Yes.
Marek was in the battle for the lead between those 3 guys, and these 2, Formula Danny and Photon,
They're
are
21
yet to
seconds
make their
ahead of
stops.
Assassin, Fulton is, but Merrick is back in 4th place. He's waiting on Assassin and everybody else to make their pit stops, and it's going to be a fight for the lead if Merrick pushes even more. Fulton closing in within a second on Formula Danny as they look to be lapping Ava in the Renault. Or tried to.
Just a shout out to Monster. He has jumped Garrix in the pit stop.
Garrix
Now
falling
he's
behind
ahead of him.
another driver as Monster performs the overcut on Garrix. Was Garrix move to pit early not the best, as he's fallen to 2 people coming out of the pits as Kingslayer has left the session, but that's okay. As Tosik has the 3-second penalty, as we're all board with Formula Danny. Coming around the final corner, will there be a pit stop? Yes! He actually runs over the pit stop bollard, faking out Fulton as Fulton stays out. Formula Danny doing some mind games, looking like he was staying out for another lap, but diving at the last second into the pit lane.
Some aggressive driving here. These guys are fighting for the lead with
Yes,
all
they
their
are fighting
work.
for everything right now as Danny is coming out of the pit lane as Merrick is on the straight. The 2 Haas's are almost side by side, but Formula Danny is ahead of Merrick by an entire second as he comes out of the pit lane. Merrick is back in the top 3, but all eyes are on Fulton, who is 20 seconds ahead of Danny. Can he make this lap count? Or will Danny close him in?
Fulton might lose out to Marek here. Because Marek was not this close to
Merrick
Formula
pulling
Danny
the
before he
undercut
pit.
as Garrix is still in 6th place, but Alan T making it happen in 4th place as Monster is looking to make a move on Alan T, but all eyes are on Fulton on this lap as he cuts the corner, all 4 wheels off the track. I believe that's a warning for him. Definitely a warning for Fulton. So we are entering 12 laps left in this race. This intentional crazy race that we're having. So Fulton, penultimate corner. Will there be a pit stop made to answer Danny? Yes, there is. Fulton is on the pits. Danny is 19 seconds behind. We're going to go on our eyes with Danny as he's battling with Merrick. Danny coming along that final corner.
Good stop by the Mercedes boys.
Fulton coming out of the pits. My camera's on Danny. Where is Fulton? He's cleared him. Both Haas's have cleared Fulton. Great job from the Haas. Yeah, it's the Haas team
Good
having
work by
really
the
good pit
Haas
stops.
team.
Making both their drivers go into 1st and 2nd place as Fulton has dropped off by 2 whole seconds to Fulton as there is a Haas-tacular battle for the lead.
However, this is far from over because remember, Fulton will have fresher tires, so I'm pretty sure he will use it to a good use in order to catch those 2 in front of him.
And Danny to do that, and they are known for not giving up a position easily. Merrick holding off Monster all of the Bahrain Grand Prix until he blew a tire. So will that be a repeat in the F1 Rapid Racers League on the last lap of tires blowing out? I highly doubt that since none of them are pushing 15 laps on either tire. So they're just looking for consistency right here.
Yeah. That's
Merrick
a good
has
point,
6 seconds of time penalties, actually. That's a second 3-second time penalty, so 6 seconds. So technically, Fulton is in 2nd place with Merrick. So I believe Haas is using Merrick as a shield for Formula Danny.
How much penalties
I
does
don't know
Fulton
if
have?
Fulton has any. We're gonna take a look at our race director to see if Fulton has any any incidents. Fulton has warning. All right, but Merrick
got
has
one
2
3
3-second
seconds
time
penalty.
penalties. Speaking of another 3-second time penalties, Garrix has a 3-second time penalty as Merrick is shielding Formula Danny for the win. So
Monster is putting a lot of pressure on the reigning world champion
Monster in the
Alan T.
Ferrari. They're going in a place where
And
you don't want to go
actually,
side by
before-
side. Actually, Monster going
before-
on the inside. Alan holding him off. A little bit of contact, wheel banging as Alan goes into the grass, and Monster makes the overtake on Alan. And will Garrix answer and overtake the defending world champion? I don't think so.
No love lost between those two. They were fighting for the championship last season, and apparently they are
Yeah,
as
Alan doesn't seem to have the
competitive
pace to
as ever
chase
this
down
season.
Monster. Garrix is pressuring him, but Garrix not looking for that inside line or outside line. He's just waiting on Alan to make a mistake, or will he be looking to dive down the inside on this hairpin? Risky move, but no to as Danny sets a new fastest lap. But 135 as Alan cannot chase down Monster as Garrix. Will he be looking on the inside? This is the battle for 4th place. Fulton got a 3-second time penalty. No,
That's not gonna help his
There's
race.
no way to help his race if he keeps making mistakes like that. So both Merrick and Fulton. Yes?
However, that
Yes,
will make
they
it a
both
straight
have.
fight between Merrick, because
Yes,
I
they both
think
have
they
6
pretty
seconds
much
time
have the
penalties. They
same amount
cancel
of
each other out.
penalties.
I believe the Haas
Fulton still
race director, the Haas director has just informed Merrick that he can fight now, saying that they both have canceling timeout penalties, so it's a straight fight for them. But he can fight.
He can fight.
But
I did not know they are using on the power
Monster
units now.
is 7 seconds behind Fulton. If Monster improves his time, he could make a surprise podium finish again, 2 races in a row. Yeah, he's pulling
certainly
away
flying
from Allen
now.
and Garrix. We had another car exiting the pit lane. I believe that is Mr. Hid. Garrix is going on the inside.
Credits to Allen though,
Garrix
even though he was
looks to-
overtaken by
no, he was not
Monster.
going on the inside. He just lost his grip coming out of the final corner. But yes, credit to Allen.
He's still keeping up with Monster, so we cannot rule him out. Rule him out yet
Yes.
from the fight for the
Nicky,
podium.
our new Williams driver, gets a 3-second time penalty. A lot of people getting 3-second time penalty. It's not easy to keep these cars on the track, especially Melbourne when it's wet. That turn 6 is deadly, as we have seen. It's taken 2 drivers out, 3 drivers technically, if you count Tolga, who is still in this race. He's actually closing in on Ava at the back of the field, but Garrix is front wing to gearbox as Tolga has now overtaken Ava. I believe Ava has ghosted. I am not sure. Do you want to check on that?
No, Tolga is still
I was
pretty
talking
much in
about
the
Ava.
race. He's not ghosted whatsoever.
Is Ava
However,
ghosted?
he's lagging a little bit on my screen. He is not ghosted.
Yeah, he was
He's
ahead of
lagging
him by a
Tolga.
second,
But he
he's
was
now a
ahead of
second
him,
behind him.
actually.
Is there a bit of front wing damage on Ava's car?
I do not see any damage, but apparently Ava
Yeah, he's
had
now
some
2
issues
seconds
and dropped
behind as
back
Merrick
behind
gets
Tolga.
9 seconds of time penalties now as he sets a new fastest lap, chasing down his teammate. So Fulton, the ball's in your court, but Fulton has dropped down to 4 seconds behind Merrick as Danny is still pulling away from Merrick as the Haas 1-2 is looking Haas-tacular right now in Australia as Danny is improving his Sector 1 time somehow on these intermediate tires.
I think Photon might just be taking it easy, just keep it between the white lines, not get any more
Well, I
penalties,
believe
and he might
the
just
Mercedes
jump
team
Merrick.
radio has just turned on and informed Fulton of his situation, that he is within, that Merrick has just got a 3-second time penalty because what was 4 seconds has now dropped down to 3.5 seconds. So Fulton is pushing it to get closer to Merrick. Fulton has a clear track, unlike Merrick, who has fallen 2 seconds behind Danny. So I believe Merrick may have had an issue and gone off just a little bit with a bit of wheel spin. But the fight on track is still between Allen and Garrix, who are still going at it.
Yeah, nothing between these two. They've been fighting all race long
they
since
have.
the start.
Garrix looking.
I don't believe
I think
either of them
believe
has
Garrix may
any
have
penalty.
one, but I'm not
So it's
sure
still a
about
straight
it.
fight.
But Allen T is holding Garrix off in 5th place. Garrix was in 4th place before he got his disastrous pit stop and outlaps got him overtaken by both Allen and Monster. So he is looking to aggressively retake his place as he is riding his gearbox once again. Will there be an overtake on the inside with Gearx? No, there isn't.
True test for Alan T. He's got to keep it cool. Just keep it on the track. Don't make any mistake, because that certainly will invite Gearx to take the position as he slides into that chicanes, or rather a
That is
fast,
not
very
flat down.
fast
They have to
right-hander
lift
of
off
12.
with that, especially in these conditions. If you take that chicane flat out, you're going to the wall, spinning around.
You can actually take it flat out if you just put your car in the right line and correct angle.
Well, I know someone who is
Trust
using
me, I
that
drive the
right
car
line
myself.
right now, and that's Formula Danny, who is 2.5 seconds. But the big story is Foten is technically in second place right now because he is 3 seconds within Merrick. He's been pushing these last few laps as Merrick has fallen off to 3 seconds behind Formula Danny. As is there something with Merrick's car?
I do not believe so, but he's certainly struggling. Remember, he has the oldest set of the intermediates because he pitted way ahead before the other two guys he is fighting with.
A little bit of Bahrain afraidness in his car, where in the last few laps he's going to take it easy now ever since that incident, or is he just struggling with grip?
Could be a combination of all of those, but Marek is certainly not doing any favor in the fight with Foden.
Merrick has
Because Foden
actually
is
just
now
drifted
below
his
3
car
seconds, and
around a corner. It is a grip issue with Merrick. I was watching as Danny sets a new fast lap of a 135.499. Insane lap for Danny, as it looks like to me he is running away from Merrick, who is 4 seconds behind, but the real battle is the battle for the podium between Foten and Merrick.
Monster was closing them earlier, but looks like he's just been there and thereabout, not really gaining, not really losing.
Look who is closing in on Monster. It's our defending world champion, Alan T and Gearx. Alan T stopped focusing on the car behind and focusing on the car in front, and his pace has increased.
Yeah, looks like Alan has managed to put a buffer between him and Gearx.
Monster, but he is
that enabled him to catch Monster
behind a lapped car. I believe that is Tolga. So is Tolga going to be a buffer in this fight, or will he be the savior Monster needs, or Alan needs in that matter? Tolga, not known to take sides in fights, he just knows to race his race, so I believe he's getting the blue flags called on him right now. No signs of any telemetry.
They're not close enough for Tolga to yield and let them through yet. Probably
off, and just
he
lets
actually
them have
does it
this fight. He drives off to have a little picnic and enjoy this little fight for 4th place that Alan, Monster, and Gearx are having. Alan following a second behind Monster. No, Gearx has the oldest tires out of all of them, so Gearx is falling off was expected, but who pitted first, Monster or... I believe Monster has the newer tires.
Monster was the latest guy to pit to win those three. Gearx was the first.
It is his race to win with his tire wear. But in this 3, The whole race
We win
is
this
Danny's,
three
who
anyways,
is
not the
now
the
5
whole
seconds ahead
race.
of Merrick, but car behind him. Fulton. 1.5 seconds.
Just 1.5
to Merrick.
second from Foden to Merrick.
Within 3 laps. Can Fulton pass Merrick before the last lap to win? Both of them have time penalties, but I believe Merrick has 9 seconds of time penalties, so Fulton has got this position. He doesn't need to make the overtake, but is this going to be a mental overtake or a physical overtake for a morale boost for the Mercedes team with Allen struggling to get past Mercedes? I mean, Monster.
It's certainly always nice to do the physical, actual overtake on track, even though you know you could probably finish at the guy ahead of you who has a lot more penalties. So, Photon's certainly gonna try something in my opinion, but not too aggressive.
He is falling
that
back.
could
He is
possibly
pulling
put a
his
risk on
time
his
back
race.
down to 2 seconds. I believe he's taking it easy. Try not to get in there. Try not to risk anything unnecessary. I believe Mercedes have radioed him just stay within 2 seconds of Merrick and just drive an easy race. Don't push too hard because they don't want any mistakes and having a Mercedes crash out in the top 3. Just let Merrick drive his race and stay within 2 seconds to keep that technical second place for them. As Tolga gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, Tolga down in 16th place.
I have to say though, we don't know exactly what Foden knows and what he doesn't know. Because as a driver,
Jeff,
I don't think you could get enough information on the penalties
sometimes
that
Jeff
the other
comes on
competitor
over the radio
have.
onto Fulton, but also sometimes they like to listen to the live stream with our talking. I believe we may give them information because ever since I said that Merrick has 9 seconds of time penalties, Fulton's pace has increased. Remember, this is an esport, so they can listen to the broadcast. That is 30 seconds. That it has a bit of delay to it, but they do. Oh, Merrick has 12 seconds
Good for him for
time
paying attention to
penalties.
this. Another penalties for Merrick. And Monster, if you add the times, he will be only around 10 seconds behind
having
Merrick.
his disastrous last few laps, as he has 12 seconds of time penalties. So Fulton is closing in within a second right now on the struggling Merrick with his tires. Will there be a tire issue again for Merrick? And is it bad that I think that this is a running joke?
Nah, it's okay. We can do this for a couple more races.
Yeah, we don't want to
problem.
joke on
I'm
drivers'
just
misfortunes.
kidding.
Yeah, they do.
But that's what they do in
Banter's
real life.
fun.
Come on, they like to create drama out of nothing.
As Fulton gets a 9 seconds
Indeed,
of time
they
penalty,
are.
so the fight's now back, but Fulton is closing within on Merrick. I believe Merrick does know that Fulton has time penalties, but I believe Fulton also knows that Merrick has time penalties. I believe Jeff sometimes comes onto the radio. If you have him on set to all information, he will say that the car in front has time penalties, but he won't say as much. But we are...
The engineer does come over the radio, but
Yes,
you still don't know
he doesn't
exactly
say
how much
time
penalties the other guy
the
has.
exact amount. But as we enter the final lap, oh my, Formula Drift!
Oh,
Merrick and
almost
Fulton
lost it.
drifting in around turn 2 at the exit. Almost ruining both the races and giving Monster a surprise podium. Incredible stuff from both drivers to stay, but entering the last lap, Danny's got this in the bag. He is 6 seconds ahead of Merrick and Fulton. Allen T.
Yeah,
We got a yellow flag in sector 2.
Dennis is now just making sure he brings this home.
It's Fez is in the wall. Fez is in the wall in Sector 2 on the last lap. Disastrous thing for Fez as he's retired. As we rejoin Formula Danny.
Oh no.
So we take this last sector with him.
Not a
Retire
great
and the
weekend
other
for
one,
Toro Rosso, having one driver.
Just get into a bunch of incidents.
Crashing
Yes,
out.
it is. Ladies and
Such a
gentlemen,
shame.
your
But
F1
hey, what can
Rapid
you do?
Racers
This is
Esport
motorsport.
Route 2 Australian Grand Prix champion and winner, Formula Danny. As Fowen
Great
gets
race
the
by
overtake
Danny.
on Merrick at
Very
the end.
commanding.
So there are
Got
your
it
top
under
threes,
control.
but all eyes are on Monster. Does he get the time penalty? Yes, Monster is in third, and Allen gets fourth.
He does. And
Great
Allen
result
too.
from
Allen has
Allen
the
and
Merrick.
Monster. Monster getting a second surprise podium or win. Monster, another surprise as we were on board with Assassin as he drifts around the final corner. Will there be a finish?
Obviously,
Yes,
Monster is our last
is
race
still
winner.
in the lead of
It's
the
looking
champion
good for him
as
in the
Assassin
championship.
takes 8th place, Jerry in 9th. Some idiot. Does he get points? Yes, he does. Oh, Spanish Warhorse
does.
and Sonny
Double
are
points for
having a bit
Force
of a
India.
fight as Alvaro and Sonny are side by side going into the final turn. Will Sonny make a move? No, it doesn't look like, but is there time penalties involved? No, there isn't, as Alvaro and Sonny finish this race. And the last car out on track is Toastix. Toastix finishing 14th. He finished the race and he's actually crashed out. Nope. The AI stated, well, what a race, everybody. It was raining.
What a race.
But,
I
ladies and gentlemen,
enjoyed that one.
your
even
winner,
though it was
Formula
terrible 'cause I
Danny,
did not
for
race
the
it.
Haas
But
F1 team. What a crazy wet and wild race we had today. I bet we couldn't have prayed for a better race today. It was interesting from start to finish. Well, yeah, it could have been racing.
I could have been racing. But
Did
it's okay.
you disconnect, Dave?
I lost him, and then when I rejoined, the AI has retired my car, and I could not do anything.
Yeah, if you retire in between the formation lap, beginning of the formation lap and the start, sometimes it just disconnect the car.
Conspiracy.
This team is
is
doing
back
conspiracy,
for,
or I don't think it.
Yeah,
I could
the
call it
conspiracy
because I'm the
is
house.
back. Great race from
Anyways,
everybody
that was a
involved.
great
Congrats to
race,
Formula
guys.
Danny. Wow, look at those time penalties. So, congrats to Danny. Congrats to Monster for keeping it within Merrick's time penalties. Merrick getting a 12-second time penalties, 12 seconds worth of time penalties at the end. Oh, he got 15 worth of time penalties.
Or 15.
I
Can someone get a screenshot of the results?
I got
for me, please?
it
I'm trying
as
to
well.
tap back into the game, and I'm just getting a black screen.
I got it.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't tab back in. It's like it's black screen. It'll tab back in for a
Alright,
second, and then
so
it'll.
Here we are at
kick
the
me out
end of
again.
the race. Monster is muted, but what a surprise podium for Monster. Monster, how are you feeling about that surprise podium?
I still don't know how I got it.
He
I
had
think
a
Merrick
lot
had some
of
penalties,
time penalties,
but
but
I'm very pleased and
That-
surprised.
Another surprise
did
for you
have
at the
penalties.
end of a race. You just got the luck going on for you in the season as you are still leading this year's championship. Yay. Speaking of championships, Alan, how are you feeling after today's race? You had a bit of issues at the start, falling back behind Nikki and I believe Girix, but you did pull it back up. What happened?
I think the start went pretty okay. Nicky squeezed me a bit at the first corner, but then I gave him some back in the corner too. But quite hectic start, and well, yeah, I was able to get undercut on McLaren, but then Monster got past me, and
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
that
a
was
wet and wild
pretty
race.
bit
The start
fun,
had a
but
lot
I
of
think
interesting events. I recall a Red Bull losing a front wing. I believe that was Sellemeister. I saw us. It was Tolga first. I
No,
saw.
it was Toga first out of turn 6. Yep.
No,
Yeah,
Selim,
Selly
Selim
hit
lost
it
it on
first,
lap
and
1.
then
I lost it around like
Tolga
lap
got it
5 or
back up.
something.
I saw a Sauber get pitched. Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
saw I saw
would
a
mean
Sauber get pitched
Ellie
up into
Master
the
spun
air
twice.
and land back on all four wheels. I don't know who that was. I think it was Mr. It was Sonny.
I
Probably
believe
was
it was
Sunny.
Mr. Hit. L or L.
I think it was Sunny because you were Tolga, you were racing Sunny. I was just behind it, and I was trying to figure out how that incident happened because I was just a corner behind.
I think it was
wait, you were
Mr. Hit.
talking about-
No, we're talking about
you were talking
the
about
Sauber
my,
being pitched
like,
into the
losing
air.
my wing?
Yeah,
I saw
didn't
it
see that,
and I was
anything
really
like
confused.
that,
I
so
believe
maybe
it
it was
may have
just
been
a
lag
usual bug.
because there was a bit of lag involved. Was that you, Mr. Hid? Did you get air?
Yeah, it was
I
me,
want to know.
Lex.
Did you get airborne, or am I just imagining this?
Unlucky thing was,
No, in my perspective, I'm not that. I just spun and somebody hit me in the back, and then I'm in the wall,
Well,
and
you
all the
managed
front
to
wings
pull
gone. So
it back, kind of not finishing last place, so that is good for you. Speaking,
yeah, pace was pretty good, but I tried
now
everything.
this
and,
is the first
not last.
full wet
That's the
race
best
we've had
thing
at
about
F1
it.
Rapid Racers, if I am correct, and somebody who has praised all last season. Oh yeah. Oh
We
yeah,
have
that was
full
the one I was
red
racing in.
in season
Somebody
1 in
who's
China.
praised
So this
all
is the second.
season long in his interviews for wet races, just got one, and he's finishing the points. Some idiot. How was that race for you? Any reflections on it?
I'm going to give credit to Jerry. He drove a better race than I did. He was just a couple tenths faster than me. I want to start off with that because he drove very consistent. He was very good job for Force India, basically.
Double points for the
we
Force
both,
India.
we both got some points, double points. Yeah, heck yeah. Good. So credit to Jerry. Credit to Jerry. Okay, my race is. I started 16th. I just was always stuck behind somebody at some point. I was stuck behind Sonny for a little bit. Then he went off at the high speed chicane. I got into the points that way. I was trying to catch Jerry before my first pit stop, and then Jerry had a 5-second stop go. So we were side by side coming out of the pits, but he just pulled out a gap from there. And really, my race was just a no man's land after the second
Alvaro,
stop, or the
how was your race today?
Yeah, quite disappointing to be honest. First of all, the quali
Yeah,
I could do one lap only because I missed completely. And then I was hoping for opportunities in the wet, but once I overtook toe sticks, I think I was chasing for some idiot. And I saw a car in the grass. It was Sony, I think. And I thought he might have a puncture or something because he was very slow. And when I try and overtake, I was a bit idiot in that moment because I touched him and we compromised our race. But
all right,
I have to look for
Ava, how was your race? You had a pretty interesting race from the start. You finished 16th, and you had, I believe, one bit of penalty, but you started 19th. No penalty? Oh, you were a lap back. I can't read German. I'm
no
sorry.
penalty. No penalty. Yeah.
I remember you had some
you
issues.
started
and ghosting
19th
for a
and you
little
finished
bit.
16th. So is that a good race in your mind, or could you done better?
It was very, very difficult without assist. And yeah, I'm the last human
Technically, you got
on
beat
the
by
grid.
Data Ricardo, but
And yeah, my race was bad. It was very hard.
that's Toga for you. You retired before the end of the race, and it
Oh, wait,
just
what?
says Daniel
What about
Ricciardo beat Ava. He was like, "I'm the last human that on the grid." But on the screenshot I got up says Daniel Ricciardo. Jokes. All right, Nikki, your first race with us, and you finished 7th place for Williams. How did you feel about it?
Well, quite okay. I struggled to pick up in pace because I didn't spend a millisecond practicing on the wet. But yeah, I locked up quite a few times at the beginning, but yeah, actually could pick up the pace like Alan and the guys that were battling in front of me. But yeah, couldn't close the gap, so
All
ended up
right.
7th.
Toastix finished in
Good start.
14th. How was your race? You said you just wanted to finish it, right? And just stay competitive. You gained a position.
Yeah. Yeah. The start was very good. I took 3 places or something, but then I fall back because of because of failures from myself. Yeah, my pace wasn't so good, and yeah, I'm very not so good in the rain too.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, that was our race. Game lags, 80% of the field retires a short amount of time. A little bit of issue from Sunny. Yeah, we've had some discussion about the end qualifying sessions, but I guess that is it for our second round of the F1 Rapid Racer season. Our next race is in Malaysia on the 21st. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for round 2 of the F1 Rapid Racers Championship. We've had our biggest viewership peaking at, I believe, 16 viewers today. So thank you everybody for tuning in. My name is Fazy. We are the F1 Rapid Racers, and y'all have a good night.